In the journey of life, we are often faced with problems that make our hearts feel heavy and our steps difficult. Likewise, when we are at our lowest point, difficult times test the strength and endurance of the soul. However, in the midst of the dark night, sometimes we can find a ray of wisdom that illuminates our steps. At the end of the silent night, Andy felt a heavy burden on his chest. The business he had worked hard to build collapsed like a fragile stack of cards in the wind. The dark sky was covered with dark clouds, reflecting the gloomy state of his heart. His steps stopped at the lowest point, a place where despair reigned. At times like that, when dark thoughts creep in, Andy feels as if he is sinking into a deep abyss. As a light rain began to fall, Andy stepped onto the wet street, wearing a dull old coat. His steps were hesitant, as if he didn't know which direction to take. In the midst of this confusion, Andy met an old man with eyes that radiated deep wisdom, while his smile implied understanding of the suffering Andy was experiencing. With great tenderness, the old man handed him an old umbrella to protect Andy from the rain. At times like these, when the sky cries, we can find the answers we have long sought, said the elder in a soft voice full of meaning. Andy, who was initially immersed in darkness, felt there was warmth in those words. Wearing a dull old coat, Andy walked with the old man under the pouring rain. The dim light of the street lamp shone on their faces, casting shadows on the wet street. On the way, the old man shared his personal life story, telling how he had also felt deep loss and despair. In the roar of the rain, Andy listened carefully to every word of wisdom that came from the old man's lips. Life is like seasons. Sometimes we feel the cold of snow, sometimes we are bound by fallen branches. However, each season brings its own uniqueness and beauty, said the old man while looking at the sky full of raindrops. They stepped through the narrow alleys, breathing in the fresh night air. The old man gave advice about the meaning of courage and endurance in facing the storms of life. Andy pondered, absorbing every piece of advice as a light amidst the darkness of his heart. On their way, they passed shady trees, where wet leaves hung like jewels that glittered in the glare of the street lamps. The old man patted Andy's shoulder with great tenderness. Remember, Andy, when things feel difficult, that's when we find true strength within ourselves, said the old man as he let go of the umbrella he had given him. When things feel difficult, that's the moment we often feel pressure, hopelessness, and exhaustion. However, it is in uncertainty and difficulty that we often find true strength within ourselves. In difficult times, a person tends to be faced with a choice: give up or rise stronger. When circumstances are challenging, people often discover a strong and resilient side of themselves that they may not have previously realized. These are the times when we are tested by life to see how far we can go beyond our own limitations. This process often involves deep reflection on values, beliefs, and life goals. One may begin to ask oneself about the true meaning of courage, grit, and determination. That's when the best side of ourselves begins to emerge, and we find the inner strength that is able to face challenges. From that meeting, Andy learned that even at his lowest point, life still holds valuable lessons. He was taught to be grateful for every second of life, because behind failure and loss, there are opportunities to grow and rise. Being grateful for every second of life is an attitude that views life as a gift, even though it is decorated with failure and loss. This is a mental attitude that teaches us to see the positive side even in the midst of difficulties. More than just an expression of gratitude, gratitude here includes a deep understanding that every moment, whether good or bad, brings valuable opportunities and learning. When we face failure or loss, it can be difficult to see it as something positive. However, being grateful in this context teaches us to reflect and look for the wisdom behind every bad experience. In every failure, there are valuable lessons that can shape our character and increase our understanding of life. The importance of gratitude in this context also includes the recognition that life is dynamic and full of change. By being grateful, we open ourselves to accept everything that comes, whether joy or suffering, as an inseparable part of our life journey. Gratitude is not only about celebrating success, but also accepting and understanding the value of learning from failure and loss. With an attitude of gratitude, we are able to see that in every second of life, even in the midst of the greatest difficulties, there is an opportunity to grow and rise. This creates a solid mental foundation, allowing us to live life with determination and courage, even when faced with difficult obstacles. Together with his parents, Andy embarks on a journey of recovery. He realizes that problems are not the end of everything, but rather a stepping stone to true strength. Every mistake is a teacher who guides him in a better direction. Understanding that problems are not the end of everything, but rather a stepping stone to true strength, reflects an optimistic and hopeful view of life. This concept emphasizes that difficulties and challenges in life can actually be opportunities for growth, learning, and personal development. When someone faces a problem or difficulty, it may feel like the end of everything. However, this view teaches that every problem is actually a call for introspection, a reassessment of values, and an opportunity to develop true internal strength. So, through this perspective, problems are considered as growth drivers that can guide a person towards true strength. Although challenges can be difficult, understanding that every difficulty brings opportunities for learning and growth provides hope and motivation to continue moving forward on life's journey. When Andy stepped back, his once burdened heart now felt lighter. He understands that life is not always straight and without obstacles. However, with every step he takes, he understands that life provides valuable, irreplaceable lessons. The concept that life provides valuable, irreplaceable lessons reflects the understanding that every experience, whether pleasant or difficult, carries values and wisdom that can shape who we are. This is a view that teaches that in every second of life, there are lessons that can enrich our experience and provide irreplaceable insights. Every individual has a unique life journey. This diversity of experiences creates opportunities to learn from a variety of situations, people, and environments. Whether it is through success, failure, loss, or meeting new people, life provides rich and varied lessons. Life experiences shape a person's character. Through trials and obstacles, a person can develop traits such as grit, courage, patience, and empathy. These lessons not only create strong character, but also form maturity and wisdom. It is important to remember that every experience, whether positive or negative, provides valuable lessons that shape us. With an open attitude and awareness of these lessons, we can continue to grow and develop as better individuals throughout life's journey. And so, in the deepest darkness, we sometimes find life advice that brings a ray of hope. Life is a journey full of twists and turns, but at every turn, there is an opportunity to grow and become stronger. Hopefully, we can all take lessons from this story to face this life full of challenges. Thank you, and don't forget to subscribe to hear other inspiring stories. See you in the next video.